Just mow it. This is the Colour Sound pub. After the game, I'm joined this evening by Andy. Can you hear me, Andy? No, we're having serious technical difficulties. I'm also joined by Charlie. How you doing, Charlie?
Good evening, guys. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Lovely job. What you drinking, Charlie?
I've got a bottle of Budweiser, mate.
Nice one, nice one. And joined by Mark. What are you drinking, Mark? I'm guessing water.
There you go, mate.
Huh?
Yeah, 100%, mate.
100%. 100%.
Can't drink. Yeah, can't drink while I watch this team play, mate. I'd end up in the fucking hospital.
Yeah, I can't drink without it. I'm joined by pint cans of Fosters today. I don't know why, but there you go. Anyway, yeah, it was one of those. We'll start with you, Charlie. Your hot take on the game, mate.
Hot take? Fuck me. Well, a hot take is that I think we have come away from there with a get out of jail free card, to be honest with you, mate. We spoke off air, me and you, Mark, at 2-0 down in the Ceballos yellow card. I thought that was it. I thought it was done. I thought it was curtains for us. It's just so disappointing. Do you know what I mean? A game of this magnitude. I'm sure we'll break it down bit by bit, but just so many things wrong tonight, and a lot of people can have the finger point at them. First, I'd just like to say straight away, one big hot take for me as well. Leno cost us the game on Friday night. It was completely on him, that mistake. He made 2 saves at 3-0 today. That's really kept us in this tie. So fair play to that.
Yeah, no, fair one. Mark, your initial reactions, mate?
My hot take would be that our manager needs to stop trying to be cleverer than he actually is, and to try sometimes and be a little bit more pragmatical. I mean, I thought tonight, he's tried something. A lot of the problems obviously have been forced upon him due to circumstances out of his control. But you could try and just be a little bit more pragmatic about things, and not just try something brand new that obviously doesn't work, and then seemingly go into the second half and stick with it. So I just wish he'd have a little bit more humility. But there we go.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I was a little bit shocked with let's play with no strikers. I never feel that that's a good idea, really. I'm quite a fan of actually having forwards on the pitch. But it was what it was. Right, back to you, Mark. Your highlights of the evening.
The highlight is actually
apart from the final whistle.
Yeah, the highlight is actually having something to take back to the Emirates. They've I don't know if they've lost any other players from the second leg, other than obviously Capoue and that. But I think if we can get Tierney back, if we've got Lacazette back, and we can go back to that's the formation we were playing when those two were sort of fit. I think we've got a chance, and I think for me that's the highlight, because as Charlie says, 2-0 down and down to 10 and not playing well. It was looking like we weren't going to be getting anything out of this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same with you there, mate. I think my only highlight of the evening is the fact that we win 1-0 at home, then we're through. So the highlight for me is the fact we got the away goal. We didn't concede the third. And it's not that bad, really. I mean, it might feel like it and seem it, but anyway, Charlie, come on, give us a highlight, mate.
My highlight is bit of a strange one is that Unai Emery hasn't changed. I think at half time, I said at half time to my dad, I was watching it with my dad, a couple of others, I said, going in at 2-0 here, I guarantee you they come out defensively cautious, want to be sitting on this lead because that's what he does. And lo and behold, he took off a player, brought Coughlin on. They were sitting deeper and deeper, and they were until Tobias got sent off, and they come out a bit more. But they changed. We were there for the taking for them tonight. We really was. We were poor, and for Emery to sort of do what he did at half time, it didn't surprise me, but I was shocked. I was like, I can't believe he done it again. I thought we were there for the taking. We were fucking rubbish, and they should have just keep coming at us, and we'd have lost that 3-4-0. I'm telling you, because we were that bad. And then Arteta not to make subs at half time, which we'll go on to. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, fair one. I mean, I did initially start with a little chat about the lineup, Charlie. Like I say, to reiterate, I'm not a fan of play. I would have played anybody. I don't know why he didn't play any form of sort of central striker. When you saw the starting 11, Charlie, what was you thinking, mate?
Well, I mean, I understand if people are not fit. I do get that, and we are. I think it hasn't been mentioned enough that we've probably got 5 starters out injured at the minute. 5 of our starting 11 are out. I know every team gets injuries, but we're not that good. And if we got 5 of our starting 11 out, it's not going to be very good. It's not going to be good for us. But the starting lineup tonight, even when I see the team, I was quite happy with it because in my head, I had a different formation. Do you know what I mean? I think he was going to probably play Pepe through the middle, choose his pace. They've got Abiol, 36 years old. He's old. At least we can get someone. At least he runs in behind Pepe. He's quick. But to see the way we set up, to try something brand new, first time we've ever done it in this game. I mean, I'm a big Arteta fan. I've been I'm not a big Arteta fan. He's starting really great on me at the minute. But I try and defend him as much as I can. I don't want to be that club that just sacking managers. But he does stuff like this tonight, and like he's trying to be clever, like with what Pep did the other night with playing KDB as the number 9. It just didn't work, and you can't do that in games like this.
No, I didn't think it was going to work from the start. I mean, I didn't really say anything anyway. I just sort of thought I just don't like this. Mark, your initial reactions to the starting 11, mate?
Oh, basically the same as what Charlie said. I mean, I thought we should have been looking at trying something else at left back and playing Xhaka in with Partey, because I mean he's had a shocking game tonight. He waited until more or less like the last minute for his one decent contribution with that pass through to Aubameyang, but other than that, he was fairly poor. So and I don't think it helps when he's got Ceballos there. So I think Xhaka gives him a lot more stability. So I think we should have looked at what we could have done. I mean, you could have tried playing Cedric there. Personally, I'd have done what I think Giles and a few other people have said previously, and that's like have a look at playing Gabriel there. I mean, it's not that much of a stretch to play him there, rather than trying to play Xhaka there. I mean, I just think, as Charlie said, what worries me is I think he watches that Man City game and he thinks, that he can replicate that, and he has not got the players to do that, and he needs to just kind of like try and be a bit more calmer and sensible about things and decide, well, what we need to make sure is that we don't go in at half time 2-0 down and then go down to 10 men, with this formation. So. I think that's my thoughts on the lineup.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you look back at it, you almost wish that Saka had actually started at left back and Pepe had stayed at, down the left, because Pepe was absolutely terrorising their right back the whole game. So I mean, if we'd had more pace down that side, and obviously both their goals come from that side as well. Or that side of the pitch anyway. But I wasn't overly impressed. Substitutions is next on the list, on Paul's magic list. But I think obviously everybody. I mean, Tobias was having a mare anyway, Charlie, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
It was the worst player on the pitch,
even
mate.
when he weren't on the yellow, I would have pulled him.
And you know what? It started from it. I'm looking at the players warm up in the dressing room, in the tunnel. And I know people know each other in football and stuff, but he's standing there talking to one of his Spanish mates and they laugh and joke. And I know it doesn't really affect the performance, but straight away I'm looking at him going, what are you fucking doing, mate? I thought the first goal was completely on him. It was. The goal was on him. He didn't get the tackling. He let the geezer get on. And the second goal, I mean, people look at the corner, rightly so. We defended it really well. But that corner come from Partey winning the ball down the line. He played it inside Ceballos. Got acres of space. He's tried that turn, opened his body up. The geezers nicked the ball off him. They got a corner straight away and they've scored from it. So, yes, granted, it was completely laughable defending for the corner, but it's come from his thing. Basic fucking error. And it happens too many times. And the substitute, and not for him not to take him off at half time when he's on a yellow, he nearly got booked straight after the first half as well. There was a tackle he could have gone, and I've got no. He's a fucking idiot for what he done. It's really pissed me off. But it's just, I mean, going back to the starting lineup. I'm sorry. I know Xhaka gets so much stick as an Arsenal fan, from Arsenal fans. He really does. But he's still our best centre midfielder. And if anyone can't see that after the last 3, 4, 5 weeks when he's not played there, now we've looked in the middle, then I'm sorry, you're a fucking idiot. Because he is. Without him in that midfield, we haven't got a midfield. And he should have played Xhaka and Partey in the middle and then work on the left back. Play for our strengths.
No, I agree with you. I mean,
it just gives me the pitifulness of it tonight. And Arteta's just starting to grind on me. Some of the stuff he's doing. And I find I'm always arguing with people trying to defend him. And it's just fucking draining me now. Because now people are saying stuff to me and they're pointing certain things out that I agree with them. I can't put a case up for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I mean, I thought Partey was dreadful as well today. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the amount of passes.
Yeah, but he looks better. When the games he's played alongside Xhaka, though, Gav, he looks all right. I mean, I'm sorry, but Ceballos just go running about and just.
Well, I mean, we can take this back a step, mate. We started the pitch tonight with 2 players that are on loan. We're the Arsenal. We shouldn't be having players on loan. We shouldn't be loaning players. Do you know what I mean? We should never be in that position whatsoever. I mean, we might as well just run. I mean, should we just run through the whole blinking team while we're here? Sorry, Paul, we're going to screw your format. Mark, we've already touched on it. Leno, 2 good saves today, which could have put us 3-0 down. We could have been in right bother, couldn't we? But he did pull off 2 good saves. Did he stand any chance either of the goals?
I know a lot of people will say, you know, what happened to when keepers used to come out for corners and that, you know, and it was I do get Charlie's point and why he's so pissed off about what happened to Ceballos, but we've got to remember Ceballos lost the ball a long way away from goal. Yeah, no, I agree. The reason that goal has gone in is piss poor defending. It's just atrocious defending. You know, how the geezer's got a free header in there, and then at the back post, Partey switches off and he doesn't follow the guy, Albiol, who then slots it in. That's poor. But no, Leno's done well. He's been solid tonight. Sorry? What'd you say, mate?
Oh, okay. So I weren't sure who froze there, mate, me or you.
No. So, yeah, Letty had a solid game. Well, yeah, made 2 decent saves, as did their keeper. I thought when that ball went through to Aubameyang at the end, we were going to nick a draw, but the keeper made a decent save.
Well, okie dokie. Charlie, I know you're pretty much in agreement with Leno on there. The rest of the defence, I think Xhaka's he's not the left back. He's not, you know. But the rest of the defence, I thought, apart from the corner, had a decent game.
Yeah, but even with Xhaka, Gav, tonight, it was all spoke about before the game. They bigged up this Chikwueze, the right winger is going to be their danger man, one-on-ones with Xhaka. He didn't really do him once. Xhaka done what he had to do. But I don't know, even like defensively, the first half was under a bit of pressure. Second half, they sat back. It was easy for us to defend. But I just think that we're not. If we play against a proper side, I mean, I thought Mari tonight with that goal. There was another one. He got someone skip past him. It's the first night tonight where I thought, fucking hell, he's had a bit of a shocker here a couple of times. and he a couple of times he went lunging out for a tackle and got skipped. But it's just, I'm just looking at a comment here. I don't know where our goals are going to come from, and it's. I think that's the issue at the minute. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what Mark thinks if you want to carry on with defence, mate. But I don't think we was threatened really after they got their 2 goals.
No, like you said, Emery went full on Emery, and I think that was probably a mistake on his part, particularly when they had the extra man. They should have really pushed on, but they didn't, and that's we actually got back into the game more with the 10 than we were with 11. So we've definitely got out of jail a bit there. I think, and bloody good job too, because otherwise we'd have been well out of sight.
Yeah, no, like I say, I mean, this is another point. I mean, you look at the pitch this evening. I don't know what the weather's been like out there, but it's not been raining out there. That pitch was completely overwatered, and obviously Banyan slipped right at the end when he could have, had a decent shot on target, and I think he actually even slipped and got put for slipping. And their fellow who used to play for Tottenham, who went in on Saka, I don't think he would have injured himself as bad if the pitch wasn't as watered. So I don't know what was going on there, Charlie. Was that like a ploy by them, or has it been raining out there? I don't know.
No, it weren't raining out there. I think they've obviously watered the pitch quite heavily before the game. I did notice our players slipping, but the same for both teams. They weren't slipping, and you warm up on that pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking be prepared for it. Put footwear on. Do you know what I mean? I know if I'm going to play back in Eltham Town, the pitch is going to be shit, so I'm going to wear studs. Do you know what I mean? Like, these players with every type of boots they can in the dressing room, fucking be prepared for it. Do you know what I mean? But you know what? One positive I'm going to mention today, I thought Pepe was good again tonight. I thought he was probably one of our only ones who really sort of stood up and done a good job. Even his defensive play tonight, he was getting back, helping Xhaka out. He was grafting his bollocks off, and I'm glad he got the goal. Do you know what I mean? So I do want to have a little shout out for Pepe tonight. I know he gets a bit of stick sometimes as well, and I thought he played really well.
Yeah, no, fair one. Mark, we had two penalties given, and we could only actually take one of them. Both, well, the first one, Pepe handball.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, you can't argue with that 100%. If the ball doesn't hit him on the arm like that, it doesn't fall in front for him to take it on. So you can't, as much as we don't want VAR to be doing that, you can't really argue with it. We'd want it if it was the other way around, and that's the rule for the forward. So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and the one that was given, I'll be honest with you, if that was Son or Harry Kane, you know what we'd all be saying, don't you?
Yeah, it was. I hate to say it, but it was an excellent piece of initiating contact by Saka. And I did sort of worry when there was a little slight delay that they might look at it and like rather like the one where at Leeds that we got and then got taken off us. That they might have said, well, no, you've actually flicked your foot out and got the contact with him and gone down. So, but you know what? Fuck it, everyone's doing it. So if we get the chance to do it, and we were desperate for something at that time, so we needed to take what we can get.
Yeah, no, Charlie, your thoughts there, mate?
I thought it was a penalty. Personally, I think you look at it real time. He got possession of the ball. He drove into the box with pace, got it out of his feet. And when he's running at full pace, I know when you slow it down, it looks like he might be leaving his foot in, but he's running with the ball. He hasn't changed his foot. He brings his foot round to then bring another touch to it, and the player stuck his foot there and nowhere near the ball. So I think it was a penalty. I think at full pace, I think it is.
I think you need to take them rose-coloured lenses off, Charlie, mate.
Oh, fucking drastic for something, mate.
You know what? I'm watching the penalty, right? And I'm looking at their keeper, and I'm thinking, just put it overhead height. That keeper looked about like 5'6", didn't he? Do you know what I mean? In that goal, I don't know how tall he is, but he's probably one of the short keepers that I've seen. And decent enough penalty. Pepe smacked it down the middle, and that was that. But I think that was that one of our only shots on goal, and one of our only shots on target.
It was two shots, yeah. That one and Aubameyang's at the end, yeah.
And Pepe had one as well, didn't he, from the rebounds?
Yeah, no, fair one, but it was just one of those. I mean, I didn't think, like, I mean, if we're going to go through the forward players, Saka did what Saka does. Pepe, as Charlie said, I thought had a good game. Smith Rowe, okay in places, not okay in places, and goody, guard, Mark. I don't think he was up to much today.
Who was that, sorry?
Goody, guard.
No, I mean, he wasn't. I think, you look at Smith Rowe and you look at Ødegaard, they're two very, very similar players. And I think to play them both, you definitely need Lacazette, as it is at the moment, to be the 9 in that for that to work. He just, I don't know how fit the guy is. He's only had 17 minutes in 2 or 3, 4 weeks, so I doubt he's that fit. But no, he did seem to struggle tonight somewhat, and I thought it was the right choice for him to go off and hear Smith Rowe stay on, because I thought Smith Rowe, did better than Ødegaard this evening, definitely.
Yeah. Would you, Charlie? I thought Martinelli did quite good when he came on. Would you have started him?
Yeah, well, it's energy in it. I mean, I think we missed the trick a little bit, that they've got 2 centre halves that are not that quick, and we're not having a player on their shoulder looking in behind. I mean, Martinelli's quite good at that. I think by the time Martinelli come on, it was a little bit. We had 10 men, so they got a bit deeper. But I think from the start, if you start a proper striker up there, as much as like Smith Rowe was the one playing leading the line, he's a great player, Smith Rowe. He's powerful. He's not that quick. Do you know what I mean? He's not quick off his feet. So I was a little bit concerned by that. It was easy for their defenders in that first half. I mean, I know Aubameyang weren't fully fit, so I know he's not going to start. But just if you had Martinelli, and that's why I was disappointed why Pepe didn't start for a middle up top, because just having his presence, that we've got the option of the ball over the top. We didn't have that at all in the first half. We didn't have not once did we try and put the ball through the middle over the top, get them 2 defenders. One's 35 and the other one's quite slow anyway. We didn't threaten them with that option, and I was really disappointed with it. And it goes back to Arteta. I mean, it's just frustrating that the way we set that game up, just trying something new that didn't work, and then even at half time, he didn't have the arsehole to change it. But come out exactly the same. That first 45 minutes was fucking dreadful, shocking, and he didn't have the arsehole to change it. I think that's going to be his downfall.
Yeah, with 5 subs,
that's going to be his downfall, Mark. I mean, I can't defend him if he's doing shit like that. We'll just give him the ump. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone on Twitter at half time gets a bias off, put Saka in the middle, put Cedric left back.
Even
Saka there if need be.
Yeah, even like you said, he got away with one just a few minutes into the half, and you're thinking, please take him off now. Have some sense and take him off, because the guy is not, he's not a very quick player, so he doesn't take much for him to be a little bit late and get that second yellow, and lo and behold, he did. I mean, you can argue about whether or not it was a yellow, but
yeah, but he leaves them foots in though. He leaves them foots in all the time, Mark, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can be a little bit snidey if you want to.
So when he's on a yellow, that's fucking stupid. And that other geezer, that Caputo, what he done when he's on a yellow, that's just fucking ridiculous. What he's done. You know what I mean, what's an idiot?
Thankfully, yeah.
Well, he's out for the next game anyway. Well, they both are now, aren't they? So, and like I say, as you said earlier, we actually look better with Tobias off the pitch than we did with him actually on the pitch.
Well, look into next week. I mean, I think obviously we've had, as everyone said, we've had a touch tonight coming away with the away goal, just only 2-1. You would like to think next week, with a week, you've got Aubameyang back, a bit weak, fitter. You've got Lacazette hopefully back. You want Tierney back. You want Louise back. You can then play Xhaka back in the middle. You would like to think that we're going into next week's game a lot better prepared and a lot better than we was this week. And you know what? As much as people were not going to want to hear this, on Sunday, I'm sorry, play the fucking kids. Give Balogun a game. Because it is irrelevant. It's fucking, I know that it ain't irrelevant for the clubs because every league position is now an extra fucking 2 million or something. But for us as fans, it is irrelevant. And Arteta needs to realise that if he don't win his Europa League, it could be fucking the nail in the coffin for him now as well. because it ain't. Looking at the stats and looking at this season, it has been a fucking shambles. And you give him the benefit of the doubt, but he's some of the stuff he does now is just driving me up the wall. And I'm the one fucking. I've always defended him, and now I'm getting every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. See your man Arteta. See that. See that. And I'm thinking, well, I can't argue.
No, you're right, mate. You're right, though.
Do you know what I mean, mate? I can't argue. I can't defend him.
No, you're right, mate. And I mean, look, you know, I what you said earlier, you don't want to become a club that keeps chopping and changing managers and that. I think the problem we had was that, and it was that whoever came in first after Wenger, it was always going to be a really, really difficult situation. And I never thought they were going to last that long. I thought he might last longer than, you know, just under 18 months, but he didn't. But you know what? At the end of the day, just because you don't want to be a club that sacks managers doesn't mean you have to stick with someone who might not actually be all that we were thinking of, you know. Now, in winning that FA Cup gave him so much love from the fans and so much time. But, you know, the longer it's gone on since then and some of the decisions he's made and the ones he continues to make, on my timeline, when I watch it, and I only really try and follow sensible people, not ranters and ravers and that, but you begin to see that people are changing their mind about him. You know, they are saying, look, you can't keep on trying to be too clever than you are. You know, you can't carry on not making substitutions when they're needed. People have started, the tide is turning. If he doesn't get to the final, you know, the rest of the games for this season are going to be an absolute fucking nightmare, mate, because, you know, again, it'll just be people saying Arteta out.
I think he's very lucky there's no fans here in Old Park.
He is. But the other thing is as well is that if the fans were there, would the season have been different? It's
probably not. Yeah,
it's a bit swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But I think if we're back in August, I'd probably say he's got until December, early December, to really show he's turning it around.
No, but that's what I said something the other day. I said if all of a sudden we don't win Europa League now and finish 10th, okay, hope it doesn't happen. It's not the case. All of a sudden, the knives are out for him. So if he doesn't hit the ground running at the season, because I mean, I don't care what anyone says, he's not going to get sacked this summer. He's not. They're not going to sack him. Absolutely not. Okay. So if he doesn't hit the ground running next season, and then we lose to maybe like 3 out of the first 6 or something, then straight away I think he is under serious pressure.
I think he will be.
And it's not a nice way to go into a season, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like straight away. Like, I mean, Mark, we all go Arsenal, right? Home and away. And don't get me wrong, I want the team to do well, and I don't want us to be one of these clubs. But there's nothing worse than when your own fan base are all arguing with each other. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the people that go Arsenal, certain people are fucking idiots, right? And their opinion is relevant to me. But it's nothing worse when it's that toxic atmosphere. And I wanted Wenger gone, and it just become an us and them situation. And it's horrible with going to games. Do you know what I mean? And I just think I could see it happening the same here, mate. I really can.
Yeah, it might do. I think the thing is that it's a very different situation when I mean, yeah, Arteta. I'm not, you know, Arteta has got a bit of leeway because he was an ex-player. Although, to my mind, it's like, well, he wasn't that great a player, and he wasn't playing at a particularly great time, so it doesn't bother me that much. But he does get a lot of leeway, and a lot of people have got time for him. But I do think it'll get that way. But there's a lot of people who will go against him far easier than they ever would have about Wenger, you know, because obviously a lot of them who wanted Wenger gone, but they would never actually say it because they had too much respect for the fella. Fair enough. But I don't think that would be the case with Arteta, you know. So I think, as you say, if we don't win the Europa League and we finish sort of mid-table and we have a rough start to the season, I think, and the fans are back, I think that's when you could be looking at it getting a bit worse. But I think there won't be a lot of too much contention because I don't think Arteta would have that many people sort of defending him, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, well, it's no. I mean, I honestly don't get it. I mean, all 3 of us are sat here and at the beginning of this podcast have said, right, when you look at it, he's missing 4 or 5 players that he would have started this game. And I said I didn't understand him starting without a centre forward because, I like centre forwards on the pitch. I don't like this false nine malarkey, right? But he's got, as it's turned out, he's hopefully got away with it tonight. If in the next leg we win 1-0, 2-0, and we get through, then he's got away with winning a tricky semi-final when literally half of his first choice squad are missing. So, despite what he's done and despite not taking off Ceballos, hopefully he's going to get us through to a final. And to get through to 2 finals in, literally his first season and a little bit, the problem that we've got, and the problem we've got with whether he stays or he gets sacked, is we've got too many players that aren't good enough. And we know Arteta knows they're not good enough because some of them, like for example, I've backed Eddie. I've backed Nikita for years. So much so that I owe my mate a tenner because I reckon he'd scored 20 goals this season. Right? That's how much I backed him stupidly. Right? But Arteta knows he's not good enough. That's why he didn't play him tonight. That's why he just sort of looked. It was either a choice between Eddie up front or nobody, and he went for nobody. The problem we've got is the owners need to, I don't know, release more funds.
I'm under no illusion. This group of players are not good enough, unfortunately, and they're not. And we could have, you could have fucking Pep with these group of players, and you'd probably struggle. But it's just some of the silly things he does, and he needs to realise these players are not that good, and then to try and do what Man City done with his false number, it's just fucking silly, isn't it? But anyway, we're in with a shout next week, aren't we?
I think we are. We're
definitely,
at home.
Definitely.
We're at home. We need clean sheet, 1-0, and let's be honest, everybody in their dog knows what Emery's going to do. Do you know what I mean? You know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to do exactly what he did for the second half. He's going to try and block up. He's going to try and hit us on the break. They've lost one player for injury. No, sorry, 2 players. Well, one player's got the red card and injured. And their right back, who was quite pacey as well, he's pulled his hamstring. So, I mean, I think it's in our... Plus, the Bios can't play. I think it's in our favour.
Look, this is the thing, Gav, that despite that atrocious first half, and despite some attempted shots at our own foot, we are still in with a good shout, particularly if we can get Tierney and Lacazette fit, or even if we have to do it with Aubameyang. Although I just personally I think it works better with Lacazette at the moment with the players around him. If you can get them 2 back, we've got a great chance of going through. I wouldn't go on about clean sheets, mate, because we can't buy a fucking clean sheet, to be fair. But we can win the game enough, I think, to go through to the final. Playing United in the final is another matter. I think that would be a very interesting challenge, to be honest. But let's just try and get through next week first. But he does have to. He does. I do not want to see Saka or Smith Rowe anywhere near that fucking match on Sunday.
No.
He has to wrap them up now in cotton wool and keep them for next Thursday.
Yeah,
and again, this is some of the decisions that we've seen in other games where he hasn't rested players when I think he should have done in this forlorn hope of qualifying for Europe in the league. That actually ended up costing us. So I think he does need to make sure he does not play certain players on Sunday. And it doesn't fucking matter, does it? Who gives a shit? It's Newcastle. No one cares. So let's see what he does on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a weird one though, because he dropped. He rested Tierney, didn't he, for the FA Cup earlier this season, and then he got injured the next day in training. So
I still had to give him for that.
Anything could happen. But Charlie, I heard he took 27 players over there. For the,
Well, he
for
took
the 2 or 3 days.
I think Lacazette, Tierney, Aubameyang all went there on the bravado to see what they was like. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand that. And the other side of it is, I think if I'm Kieran Tierney and it's a semi-final, this is a fucking massive game night. If I'm Kieran Tierney, I've played all season, I'm injured. I want to go travel with a team and be with the boys. I want to be on that plane. I want to be out there. Do you know what I mean? So I'll make him 100% right out there. You don't want players sitting at home, watch it on telly with their feet up, kind of no one round. Do you know what I mean? Be with the boys, be in the stadium, feel it all. So I've got no qualms with that. I think that's a good thing. But Mark's spot on the Saturday, he's got to just play the fringe players. Unfortunately, I know. I mean, the season rides on next Thursday night, and that is it. And if we do get through, obviously United look good. We're always going to be the underdogs against them anyway. But it's a one-off game of football. Anything can happen on there. Neutral venue. All of a sudden they get a red card first 10. Anything can happen. So, and to be fair, invariably, big games, one-off games where we've not been given a sniff at, we might beat them. Chelsea Cup final last year, Man City the semi. We have beaten teams like that, so we have got the quality to do it. It's just if we click and we go. So we've had a right touch tonight. Absolutely, we've come away from there. If you told me at that second that referee put that red card up, Danny Ceballos, that we was going to walk away with a 2-1, I would have bit your fucking hand off. So
I'd say we've had a better touch tonight than Noel Clark.
Right, I'm going through what we're supposed to go through here. Rapid fire ratings. I don't think we'll bother with that. Man of the match, Charlie. For us.
I'm going to say Nicholas. I'm going to say Nicholas Pepe, mate, for us.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to go for Leno just by the fact that 2 decent saves. Either one of them had gone in, we'd be out. Do you know what I mean? We wouldn't fancy a 2-0 midweek, a 2-0 win, would we? Anyway, weakest link. I think you've both agreed that Arteta was the weakest link. I think Ceballos and Partey running pretty ragged there, to be fair. No comments on that one. No, good.
I agree with that.
It says here headlight, but I think it might mean highlight. What was your headlight of the game, Mark?
What was my highlight? What was my headlight of the game?
It says headlight, but I think Paul meant highlight. Yeah.
I don't know. Just getting out of Villareal with only the 1 goal deficit is my headlight. Someone says we've done headlight, so.
Oh, don't. Well,
predictions. What's predictions of what?
Hold on.
Sunday.
Sunday. Is it away? Do you know what I would have liked them to have done? If he's took 20, I know they're training over there tomorrow. Why didn't they just sort of stay there till sort of Saturday, and then fly straight into Newcastle for the game? Do you know what I mean? Get a bit of warm weather training. Do you know what I mean? Over there for a few days.
Yeah, that's all well and good till someone's hit COVID and you get slated for it.
Yeah. Well, like I say, they ain't going to do as long as they don't do like the Celtic lot did and go out on the 5th for 3 days.
Get them all tucked up in bed tonight. Yeah, a little bit of light training in the sunshine tomorrow. Nice leisurely flight home. Send them back to their families, and tell the most of them that we'll see them on Monday morning at training and not to bother coming to the ground on Sunday or to meet the flight for Newcastle. Sod that. Stay at home.
Fair one, right? Predictions for the Newcastle game, Charlie? Score wise.
Well, it all depends on the team lineup. I mean, obviously, Willett can't play for them, can he? Because he can't play against us. They're actually looking all right at the minute. Newcastle, to be fair, look a bit better. Wilson back, that's St. Maximin back. I think it could be a fucking 1-1 draw or something, personally.
Mark?
I'm going 2-2, and Ketcher's going to score the first, and then Balogun, having been brought on as a sub late on, nicks an equaliser for us at the end.
I'm going for I'll watch it, but I don't really care. I know it sounds bad, but I don't care. I like to say, as you all alluded to, it's basically.
It's all on next Thursday. It's all on next Thursday, and the optimism and then rose tinted glasses. We're going to win next week 3-1.
3-1. Mark, next Thursday.
2-0.
Clean sheet.
Jesus. Yeah. I was going to go 2-0, but I hate agreeing with you, Mark.
What can I say? Just because I didn't buy this shirt off you.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that. You come on a podcast I'm hosting in a T-shirt you didn't buy off me.
Gav, this is a great opportunity to plug the new website, mate.
Yeah, no, it's...
Has Gav got a new website? What's it called?
Beer mats in stock.
Beer mats in
Those
stock.
beer mats are nice, mate.
They are good.
Yeah, no, it's... like I say, I mean, I don't know whether you two bothered reading the mail shot like I sent out earlier. I don't know whether you're even on it, Charlie. I know you are, Mark. And you didn't read it, did you?
I read it.
No, it was... You read it, yeah?
Yeah, I read it, yeah.
What did it say? Did you read it, honestly?
Said about... I read it. You said about you just from a man that spent your last 50 quid. You've set up this new website. You're doing all the other clubs. You've got your designers. You've got your... I've read it all, mate. Don't worry.
Oh no! I
was very bored earlier.
Charlie, Gav don't know what it's in. Gav don't know what was in the email. He didn't write it. He's got like luckies to do that shit for him.
Oh no, that's it, mate. Moving up in the world.
Yeah. Oh, I wish, mate. I wish. No, it was all it is was like I've just got sort of like over the last sort of 4, 5, 6 years of doing it all. You just like I've got like you with an Everton fellow who does similar to me, and he runs a stall up at the church by the ground. And like I say, apparently when they moved to their new ground, Everton are being really, really good with all the local traders and all that. They're being absolutely spot on with them. He's like really impressed with the owners and the people running the club at the moment. And then, like I say, I had a Sheffield United fellow who done a bit of design work for me, the ultimate frame stuff, and got a Rangers mate who has been doing bits and pieces. I've been talking to him. We've been swapping suppliers, and there's a Chelsea fella that I've been doing bits with, and it just sort of like I sort of just sat there and thought, we've got all these people that we're all swapping about who the suppliers that we're using, but we're not actually getting any sort of like better deals because we're all doing it individually. So it's basically about us all getting together with our collective manpower and the collective amounts that we sell.
Is this a bit of a football club shop Super League you're doing?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it Super League because we're doing all clubs. You know what I mean? But like I say again, it kind of relates a little bit to that because when you look at Arsenal for instance. I mean, Adidas have bought out about 40 kits this year. Do you know what I mean? It seemed like every 2 weeks, Adidas are launching either a new shirt or a new training shirt or a new training top, and a new retro top. And I think Adidas have it's not probably an underestimate that Adidas have launched about 20 different tops this year, all in different colours. And what people want is decent stuff that actually relates to their club. I mean, I don't want a black and red Adidas Arsenal top. I want a red and white one or blue and yellow one. Do you know what I mean? Or yellow and blue one. So it kind of relates to that. But yeah, that's just basically how it come about. It's just people that are passionate about their clubs, and we've got partners that are coming in from different clubs. We've got a Crystal Palace fella. The Crystal Palace fella that does the walk and talk. Have you heard of them, the walk and talk? It's like a men's mental health thing. And what he does is he arrange when Crystal Palace play another London team, he tries to arrange everybody to walk from one ground to the other ground. And so, like for example, when Crystal Palace play at Arsenal, I think there's about 200 Palace and Arsenal supporters walk from Selhurst Park up ground, and then they had a pie and a pint in Pieby Corner afterwards. So I've got to know him through sort of supporting and backing what he's doing about basically blokes should be able to talk to each other if we're feeling a bit down and stuff like that. So he's come aboard, and a West Ham fella's coming aboard, and talked to a Newcastle fella. But the idea really would be to have sort of literally one person from every club involved. And, they're they can help design, produce their own stuff, and we can do it at a discount because we're all bulking out together.
Don't you start going on a website with Tottenham fans, mate. I'll tell you.
Well, like I say, it would look very, very odd if we didn't have any Tottenham
No,
stuff
don't do
on
it,
there.
mate.
I'm certainly not scouring the internet for one of them to join us.
Don't do it, mate. Have some morals.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Like I say, it's the funny one is right. I'm not sorry, I can say this now. I think there's only about 10 people listening. Right? Is that out the 6 of us involved, right? Half of us are Celtic, and the other half of us are Rangers. So we have a bit of the Celtic Rangers thing, and the Irish English and English Scottish and all that. The WhatsApp group's always lively. Do you know what I mean? Because it's odds on someone fanning each other that weekend as well. So we're all like, it's all good taking a piss out of each other and all that malarkey as well. So it's a good laugh. And it's hard work though. It's hard work trying to arrange 5 or 6 people who want to go at 100 miles an hour when you know you've just got to take your time and do it. Do it. Do you know what I mean? If it was down to the others, these Arsenal beer mats would have been launched about 2 weeks ago if it was down to the others. But I just sort of had to slow them down and make sure that we've got it right and make sure the artwork's right and this, that, and the other. But it is what it is. We had a great day because them beer mats are bloody lovely.
They are indeed, mate. Yeah, we could have just cut to that bit, couldn't we? Really? Buy the beer mats. Shewar.com. Buy the beer mats. They're lovely.
Kick off merchant.
Yeah, what Gav said.
Yeah. Right, I'm off, chaps.
All right. Anyway, lovely speaking to you, boys.
Yes.
And we go again. We go again next Thursday.
Lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly. Come on, you gunners.
And I'm going to. Hold on, no, you've got to wait while I mess up doing the banner. Hold on. Oh, he's written this all down and everything. Oh, Paul, what's he done, mate? You know what? Let's just do